watching some NFL football action, and you saw the news about this. It looks like we have an idea of where the next 3 years of WrestleMania are going to be and how they may possibly have fans at them. We'll get into all that in today's video. What's up, everybody? I am Kev Kellum. This is WrestleZone, coming to you on Facebook, YouTube, and in your podcast ears. We did have Impact Hard to Kill on a Saturday night. We did have NFL divisional playoff football, and maybe WWE wanted to get a little bit more attention during a big media-consuming weekend, and maybe didn't want Impact Wrestling to get all that attention. Neither here nor there. You can say whatever you want. We have huge news from the WWE about the future of their biggest annual event, likely their most anticipated event every single year, and that is that WrestleMania will indeed go down this year, but not in Los Angeles. The 2021 WrestleMania 37 edition will go down in Tampa Bay, Florida at Raymond James Stadium, where the 2020 edition was supposed to be. No clarification on if fans will be there. We'll get into more of that in just a second, though. But they do have support from local officials. The governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, saying Florida is excited to welcome back WrestleMania to Tampa in April at Raymond James Stadium. Florida has continued to work with professional sports and entertainment safely to operate while generating revenue and protecting jobs. WrestleMania will bring tens of millions of dollars to the Tampa area, and we look forward to hosting more sporting and entertainment events in Florida this year. A little bit of a telling statement there. And they also have a supportive comment here from Tampa Mayor Jane Castor. The opportunity for Tampa to host WrestleMania in April is, in true WWE fashion, the perfect comeback story and marks a clear indication that our beautiful city is poised to bounce back stronger than ever. We can't wait once again to showcase all of Team Tampa Bay has to offer. So this is a citywide effort, maybe some indication that this will be an event with fans, but no direct indication, no direct announcement. So what do you think of that? Also, it is noted that WrestleMania will be, once again, 2 nights this year. That is confirmed. You will have 2 nights of WrestleMania this year. How do you feel about that? Hit that like button if you're feeling this news, and sound off in the comments below. Now, it's worth noting in the same release directly from WWE, so don't get it like, oh, I read here and I know this and blah, blah, blah. Directly from WWE, the statement ends with WWE says ticket availability and safety protocols will be announced in the coming weeks. So they will announce when these tickets are available. Mind you, they also have tickets. They're announcing dates for events in 2022, 2023. The WrestleMania is there. So there seems to be some indication that we could get a WrestleMania with live fans this year, which is something we've been feeling is coming. How that'll happen, not exactly clear. We heard rumblings earlier this weekend of different shakeups with WrestleMania, and this kind of confirms that news. WWE rolling this out in a video on YouTube, which has already been viewed more than 250,000 times, featuring John Cena, Roman Reigns, Sasha Banks as in-the-field news reporters with different fake names and still alluding to their characters, with Stephanie McMahon and Triple H playing goofy news reporters with silly names and kind of wink, nudging at each other. And they even take off what Triple H takes off his wig and says, I don't even think they know it was us. It was pretty funny and silly and a way to talk about WrestleMania Report. The video's up on their YouTube. We have it up at WrestleZone as well. Certainly an interesting way to make this announcement. Also worth noting isn't just the shakeup with this year's WrestleMania. If you were in California, it felt like, oh, we're getting stiffed here. We're not getting a WrestleMania. We were supposed to have this WrestleMania 37 this year. Don't worry. And we also know where WrestleMania is going to be beyond that as well. Both WrestleMania and 38 have their destinations. They will be, as we currently understand, one-night events. WrestleMania 38 will take place at AT&T Stadium, just outside of Dallas, Texas, on April 3rd, 2022. Meanwhile, WrestleMania Hollywood, WrestleMania 39, will take place on April 2nd, 2023, at SoFi Stadium, just outside of Los Angeles in Inglewood, California. This is a big move by WWE to say that they are ready to get back to major live events in the next few years. The time frame for major live events isn't exactly clear, but what we know is this first WrestleMania coming up is going to be 2 nights in April, and it is going to be at Raymond James Stadium, April 10th, April 11th. and no clear indication if fans will be there, but they noted safety protocols. You have the governor of Florida talking about tens of millions of dollars coming into the city under those terms. Now, obviously, WWE is going to spend some money to run the stadium, even if there is no fans. But as far as we understand now, that's some good indication that there will be live fans, or at least a live crowd present in some form or another for WrestleMania, at least in 2022 and 2023. We were already feeling that already, weren't we? Sound off. Let us know what you guys think of this change here with WrestleMania as well. Want to remind you guys, hit that like button if you're enjoying this. Subscribe to the podcast, by the way. Hours and hours of audio available. We do multiple episodes of WrestleZone Wrap-Up with me every single week. We have the SmackDown Double Down. We have the AEW exclusively focused show, Two Dudes with Dynamite Attitudes, plus pay-per-view post-shows. We'll have hopefully a pay-per-view post-show up this weekend for Impact Hard to Kill. Speaking of Impact Hard to Kill, that show occurred tonight. Did WWE steal some of their thunder there with this big announcement during an NFL football game? I mean, Hard to Kill trending pretty positively on Twitter tonight. They were in the top 10 on Twitter trending with this event. Headlined by Kenny Omega from AEW taking on, along with the Good Brothers, the Impact Tag Team Champions, Rich Swann, the Impact World Champion, Moose replacing Alex Shelley, and Chris Sabin. Big main event, alluded to some big things. Kenny Omega also wore a Bullet Club shirt, which is weird, to say the least. Full results of that up now at WrestleZone.com. Already we have fans saying, oh, they're going to do it in Indianapolis. They need to do it here. That happens all the time. We always have people telling us they need to do it in different cities, or at least closer to the city that they're in. Nesher Kerr saying he likes 2 nights. How do you guys feel about 2 nights of the event? Are you on board for 2 nights of WrestleMania? And people saying no international fans at the event this year. Emmett Crotty saying that isn't exactly known right now, Emmett. I mean, at this point, that isn't exactly clear. And everything is a super fluid situation. If you're an international fan outside of the United States, I don't know if that's a done deal at this moment. Obviously, the pandemic is rolling on. How many people get vaccinated before these events occur? You know, I can tell you from working adjacent in some industries near live events in different people, and these are public statements, you can see it, from the United States CDC. They've said that theaters can open up in the October stage, or minimal events and different things like that. Running a football stadium with 80,000 people in April of 2021. Right now, I want that to happen. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know what WWE is going to do, but I do think they're going to have fans, and I do think they're going to try and do this event as safely as they can. And I'm okay with that, and I think everyone else should be okay with that. And if you're mad about it, I think you're just mad at the circumstances. I don't hold that against WWE at all. Other people at different locations, they would love to see WrestleMania. And I always love that conversation. What town would you like to see WrestleMania in? Let us know. Let us know what you think here. Does this sour your expectations for this year's WrestleMania? Does this excite your expectations for WrestleMania? Other people, thumbs up. They enjoy the idea of WrestleMania being 2 nights. I'm on board with WrestleMania being 2 nights. I actually think that's a pretty cool idea. I think it's smart. I think there's a lot of wrestling. If there's going to be so much wrestling and you're going to do many matches over 2 nights, spread it out. Do it on 2 different nights here. April 10th and 11th there is when we're going to get WrestleMania this year. And that'll be at Raymond James Stadium if you're just joining us. Sunday, April 3rd, we'll be in Arlington, Texas in 2022. 2023, they'll be in Los Angeles, California at SoFi Stadium on April 2nd. So big nights here for WrestleMania. The big cornerstone events of WWE the next few years are already set. Let us know what you think. Not a bad idea. Does it lock you into the WWE Network? I know so for some people, WrestleMania is the major event that they think they need to have the WWE Network for. And last year's event was one of the most watched WWE WrestleManias of all time because of the network. So continue to sound off. But a lot of people liking this idea of a 2-night WrestleMania. And they want to see. I want to see WrestleMania at the Old War Arena. They have a lot of Old War arenas here. They want to see it at the Oracle Arena. I don't think you're going to see WrestleMania at a stadium or outside of a stadium experience for a long time. I don't think you really should. It's a stadium show, and it should be a stadium show moving forward. Continue to tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Continue to sound off of what you think is going on with WWE heading into this year's WrestleMania. What matches do you want to see there? Who needs to be on the card? what matches are on the card that you're already excited for. Looks like we're going to have Roman Reigns in a big match here. Definitely sound off. Let us know what you think in the comments below if you're watching on demand. And don't forget to, as the video says right up here, yeah, you can see it up there in the corner, subscribe, like, and share. On Facebook, you want to follow our page so you make sure our notifications are on. And if you're not doing it already, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast too, so you can get us in your ears. This is a big move for WWE. They spent a lot of money on this already, just to even let people know. Big media rollout. They bought ad time during choice NFL football games to get this announcement out there. And it'll be interesting if you get matches that meet the level of this announcement. Already Jason Rodon saying, are we going to get The Rock versus Roman Reigns in Tampa? I don't know if that's indicated just yet. I know everybody wants that match. It's a match that fans have talked about, simply because Roman is saying he's the king of the family, of the Samoan wrestling dynasty. That family has The Rock in it, so The Rock has to come back. At no time has WWE alluded to that. Has The Rock himself in interviews said that if he wants another match in WWE, it will be with Roman? Yes. And that's public information. You can find that. But WWE themselves on television not alluded to this at this time. I know a lot of people think Daniel Bryan might be in that position, but he's been a little bit of a losing streak, even though he's committed to being in the Royal Rumble. If he wins the Royal Rumble, he gets Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Let's see what happens here. People asking, do they have any question about how they're doing the Hall of Fame at this moment? Hall of Fame always a sister event to WrestleMania, usually the night before. At this time, no. There is no indication what's happening with the Hall of Fame. Obviously, that was a big letdown, I think, for longtime WWE fans. The Hall of Fame is an event they always look forward to. I think even fans that like, I don't want to watch WWE anymore, but I'll still check out the Hall of Fame. I talk to many fans like that every single year. It'll be interesting to see if there is a Hall of Fame this year and how that can be done safely. With quarantining, with testing, with protocols that do that. It'll be interesting here. We will see what happens in the next few weeks. We'll have a better idea what's going to happen there. People want to know what's the status of the Fast Food Royal Rumble. So what is the Fast Food Royal Rumble? The Fast Food Royal Rumble is this ridiculous event that we've done at WrestleZone every year during Royal Rumble time, in which we have fast food mascots in a video game fracas fight each other. And they will do it, hopefully, if we get to do it, we'll do it the weekend of Royal Rumble, likely that Friday or Saturday beforehand. And if we do it, you guys got to share the video. If we're doing this and you don't share the video and not a lot of people see it, why did we do it? Come on. We're doing it for our fat bellies and our fattened up fun brains, and we're looking at doing a Yumble to end all Yumbles. We'll see what happens with that. Keep an eye on our feeds. We'll let you know about it. Oh, something else on our feeds. Oh, my God, I'm almost falling over. How about this? Daniel Bryan. This Daniel Bryan Elite action figure could be yours. You could win this. We also have a Roman Reigns Elite Mattel action figure. Check that out. All right. Yeah. You could win these before the end of the month. And I'm letting you guys know who watch our videos and listen to our podcast and all that good stuff that you can win them. Keep an eye on our socials. I know a lot of people who don't consume our video content or our audio content, they're going to be, oh my God, I got to win that thing. Well, you guys know, keep an eye on our feed. Follow us on all socials. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, good place to be. Different people sounding off here. Craig Backlund always with us. The Fiend versus Drew or Oldberg at WrestleMania. Yowie wowie. See if that happens here. Other people with different takes here. Atik Zaman saying, if WWE actually brings back fans for WrestleMania, then WWE will bring back Lesnar also. We don't know. We'll find out what happens here in the weeks to come. Certainly a big announcement for WWE, a very specific and calculated time for them to make this announcement, specifically with NFL football. You can see a lot of casual fans talking about that on Twitter. I saw a lot of people posting screenshots of it on their TV. So WWE making a major play for big destination live events in the next 3 years. And we'll have all that information for you at WrestleZone.com.